Lucia Bellafante is here now, and she's here with creative ways to show love to ourselves and others. And most of that maybe our family members, really. But this is through food, activities, unique bonding experiences. I'm very curious, Lucia. So where do you want to begin?
So I thought we would begin with ourselves.
All right.
And when you think of what they tell you when you're flying, that the first person that you should put the oxygen mask on is yourself. So
Mhm.
I think to be a great parent or to be a healthy individual, it's really good to take care of yourself. So why not demonstrate love for yourself by taking time to explore either a new hobby, finding a new group that maybe you want to belong to, or even scheduling some time just to relax and have some fun. If you're constantly taking care of everyone else and everything else that has to be done, then eventually you will burn out. Right? We've all
Mhm.
read about it, we've all heard about it. And so I'm not saying spend 4 hours on yourself, but even if
Oh.
it's just 10
Oh, okay.
minutes, right? At the end of the day, I mean, go ahead, spend 4 hours if you have it. That would be great. Listen, but spend just a little bit of time. It can be absolutely anything. It could be extending your nighttime routine. We've talked about this before, routines, right? Relaxing routines just before bed with your kids. But how about you just spend a few extra minutes for yourself? Maybe it's while brushing your teeth, you put on some aromatherapy. It can be simple
Mm.
or it can be complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love aromatherapy. Anything kind of that puts you in the vibe of meditation or just a calming
Yes.
atmosphere, right? That's the same way you're setting up the music, you're
Yeah.
setting up the candles, all that stuff. But anything
Yeah.
aromatherapy, just already like you walk into someone's home and it smells kind of nice or soothing, even if it's just a gentle scent, it puts you in a
Yes.
calm state. I love it.
Hmm.
It does.
I find texture too. I remember how much just
Yes.
coming home when I was a kid, walking and feeling the carpet. They say a study just came out that we are at our happiest or most satisfied and stressless first thing in the morning. And yet people talk a lot about the wake up in the nighttime and start thinking about things and kind of stressing out. But interesting, a couple hours later when you wake up and ready to start your day, and some will
Mhm.
say, well, nothing screwed up your day yet. Come on, give it at least 25 minutes or so. But it's
Mhm.
very interesting how many of us probably don't even realize that first time of the day could be really important, and maybe some of the things that start making our day get worse, we need to stop doing, Lucia, and that. But
Yep.
that's when everybody gets excited the most about that nice morning breakfast and stuff with the
Mhm.
family.
That's
Mhm.
true. Sorry. Yes, absolutely. So morning time, did you know that morning is actually when you're just waking up? If you don't need to get up and use the bathroom, or if you do, quickly use it and then have a short meditation or do what some people call a mental rehearsal or visualization. It's the best time to utilize that to prepare yourself for the day.
Mhm.
Um, Another thing is if you're thinking parent and children, it's also a beautiful time, just before you begin. And again, I'm not talking about hours, even if it's just one moment. Collect your children or your family and share what you love about the other person. That would be a nice time to do that while you're having breakfast or preparing it, or just even before, depending on your family and how everyone's routine is. But just that moment to say, you know what, I really love you and appreciate you. I liked yesterday when you helped your sibling, or I really appreciated when you took out all of the fruit for me and washed it. Like, share
Yes.
something positive about the other person with the other person first thing in the morning. Wouldn't that be a lovely way to start your day? This might be silly, but I know I recently, like, I do try to do this every so often, and people really appreciate it. Sending a little note or a card or a short letter or a long letter, even snail mail, right? Having
Aw.
someone receive something. Yes.
And why do
I
you
And
like
I
think
think
why
it's
do
a
you think, Lucia,
surprise.
it's kind of it's a
Mm.
surprise, it's coming in the mail, but is there something else? Is it the when some people get all bothered about, well, it's a gift certificate. You didn't put any thought into this gift. When people get kind of funny
Ah,
about stuff like that, is it that you wrote this with your hands? It's sort of like, you built this, or you carved this, or you this ceramic, you made it, and it's so unique. Does it kind of come under that same category, you think?
I think so. I think it's the unexpectedness of it, because in
Yeah.
today's society, everything is technology, so it's unexpected. I think it's tactile, right? You can hold on to it and feel it. It's like feeling that person giving you a hug. And then Ramya mentioned you like scents, so you can spray a scent, like whether it's a perfume that you know the other person likes, or put some scented oil on the card. You know, it's tactile. It's just a reminder, a tactile, a real reminder that someone is thinking of you and cares for you.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
the effort. It's really the
I
effort
think
Exactly.
that
so.
that
Excellent. Yes.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
I'm
The
thinking.
effort.
It really is special because they took the time sitting there typing something
Yes.
is a lot quicker
Yeah.
than writing it out, and it's also unique again because that's their signature. If you're a braille user, braille it out. If you
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
it is, taking that extra
Absolutely.
time, it also
Yeah.
just seems to make you think more,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and the person
I
receiving
like that.
knows it.
You've slowed
Yes.
down and somebody
Yes.
knows. Mm-hmm.
Because you've
Taking
not thought
time.
of that person for that instant, like sending them an email, which is still good, right? We
Mhm.
don't want to not
Mhm.
Or
do that. We can
dictating a
still do
text,
that.
right? Like
That's
that's not
right.
Right,
the
or
same.
dictating a text. But you've actually taken the time to either braille something out on a piece of paper and then get the envelope, get the stamp, go to the post office.
Mhm.
There are a lot of steps that are involved, which means it's your time. And your time shows that you've taken the effort and you've gone out of your way for that person.
Yeah.
And so
Chat
they're
GPT,
meaningful
could
to
you
you.
write a note too and just go that way, right? Yeah, I
ChatGPT,
sat
can you
down and
snail
thought.
mail this for me? Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
I had to put every thought in it that it would have to be and print it out. And
Uh,
aren't I nice?
yeah.
Anything else,
too,
Lucia? When we sorry, Ram.
in this sentiment, I
Sorry.
just wanted to say that, like,
Yes.
nowadays you're one of many. Like, we have, 5,000
Yes.
emails that we're responding to every day. You're on
Yeah.
dating apps and talking to 17 different prospects. Like, there's
Yeah.
just so many of everything. And, like, we don't really feel that same kind of, I don't know, like,
Special and
specialness.
connected?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, as we used to. So this kind of thing definitely, puts you in that category of like, wow, somebody thought of me to do this, or I am thinking of this person and I want them to know in
Yeah.
this very specific way. Cool.
Mhm.
What else?
One of the things I liked
Mhm.
when I was a
Mhm.
kid is that day that suddenly my father would show up. And I remember when I was in grade 2, and right next door to us was A&W, but the old drive-through ones, Lucia, that
Oh,
they used to have.
yes.
And my dad would stop, pick me up, and just go there for, good grief, it's like 30 minutes over lunch.
Yes.
And it was so, like you said, random, just out of, it was nice. And it was, as my parents used to say, that little bit of time that I can steal individually for my children, so that all of us felt at some point, this is my time, and how good that felt.
Yes.
And it's just something little like that. I'm assuming whether you're an adult, whether you have a partner, whether you're stopping by work to go out for lunch with your sibling or whatever it might be, or mom or dad, even if you brought
Yeah.
something in and sat around because their schedule's full, sitting at their desk at work, nice thing, kind of small too, or
Absolutely.
potentially.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. So you could, absolutely. I love that idea. I used to do that with my kids when I could, right? Surprise them over
Mhm.
lunch and either
Yeah.
bring them a little treat or take them out for lunch at lunchtime at school. And it was really an extra special treat, like you said. And you could do that for friends as well. You could do that for friends, family members, anyone you care
Yeah.
about, whether it's going to their work or maybe you can surprise them at home with a prepared meal. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be if you want it to be. Maybe you're going to bake a cake and bring it to them, or drop off some flowers or something that you know they need. It can be a book. It can be absolutely anything that you think of, and you unexpectedly bring it to that person. How special would they
That's
feel?
sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that they love or something homemade that
Yes.
you like they love you making for them. That's so sweet.
Yes, and as much as possible, think of the other person, right? Think of what the other
Mhm.
person likes, what the other person would appreciate.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you want to match it with your skill set, but
Mhm.
sometimes, I learned an invaluable lesson once when I stopped on the road to give a homeless person something, and he wouldn't take it. I really was so upset that he wouldn't take the money. And in the end, I realized that sometimes what we want to give doesn't match what the other person wants to receive. And so
Yes,
we have
true.
to be respectful of that as well.
Thanks for tuning in to Kelly and Company. Follow us on all social media, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more.